Oh, he's not. I'm bringing him.
I think he's coming. He's bringing him.
But I mean raw, so.
Get out of your way. Did you expect the reading tonight to last about an hour? We're going to start with fiction, then go into poetry and end with an essay. So I'd like to start by asking Pete to come up and introduce our fiction reader.
It is my pleasure tonight to introduce Mr. Daniel Wallace.
They looked half dead from the cold, and yet Miriam knew neither of them would consider heading home until long after midnight. She called friends. "Jackie, come out. Just for one." "Oh, believe me, I understand, I do. I get the pajama thing. I'm the pajama queen. But it's my last night, and Claire's invited all these people I don't know, and the hot bartender is making me feel funny." She waited for a reply, but she had nothing. She said, "Oh, sorry, Jackie. I'm being a bitch, aren't I? It's okay. I know it's too late to come out. God, do I talk to Stephen like this? Probably." Jackie's voice asked, "Mim, is someone going to help you get home tonight?" The question confused Miriam. She only lived a few blocks away.
I first met Therese in our poetry workshop last semester, and as a newer poet, I was a little nervous to be in a class with someone as experienced as she, who had 3 published collections of poetry, and whose poems have been published in over 50 literary journals. I counted that on your website. It is my privilege to introduce Therese Halshack.
In such places, where there shall be no war, must also be no thoughts of it. For that which has truly left is eventually no longer known, no longer the word war, no longer its language to darken the body. The only memory is of something forgotten, and once forgotten, we come to remember the lost motions, the tranquil gestures, even that which seems small as our hands, how even they can regain their early way of being only of light. We will see them as they first were, remember their purpose, our hands going luminous before us, turning peace in our fingers.
Those of you who know Chris is a poet and are therefore disappointed by the fact that she is not reading poetry this evening and is instead reading prose, fear not. Chris's essays are undeniably poetic.
I'd always thought I knew what I'd do if I found out that I had a terminal disease. I'd fly to Hawaii to swim in the Pacific Ocean and hang out with dolphins, or I'd seek some alternative conscious, maybe at a Tibetan monastery. I'd search for some new last bit of knowledge about the world, or at least about myself. But what did I know? I had just turned 19 and I didn't know anything, especially about myself. It turned out that when the first news of cancer hit, I didn't want to do any of these things. I wanted to run. Nothing intellectual occurred to me at all. It was purely physical. I dropped the phone, the receiver smacked the floor, and I ran. It was as if my body wanted to test the diagnosis. Surely my body wasn't failing me. I felt fine.